Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with the Pro Wrestling Logic YouTube channel and the um, benefit of the uh, All Star Wrestling Review Series for the November 11th, 1978 edition. Love these 78 and I'm looking forward to 79 and 80 and 81 too, although 82 is a bit sparse, but hopefully they put the rest of those up. Anyway, 11-11, 78 hosted by Vince McMahon and Bruno Sammartino. Again, Bruno debuting last week. Tony Garea fights Luke Graham with the Grand Wizard to a double countout at 7:26. Both men brawling on the floor. Garea clears Graham from the ring. Post-match, Garea, who had been talking a lot about wanting to be a, or in a, um, I guess you'd say a wonder of the um, process to things, kind of going forward, is there, and I mean he has every desire to be a regular singles competitor at this point. Although it doesn't really come together for him in the way that he anticipates, or in the way in which he is ultimately motivated. Luke Graham is here. Graham, of course, willing to cheat, willing to do whatever is necessary to get things going his way. Takes the man down quite a bit, and ultimately, Garea gets some ride time. Doesn't really get all the ride time he wants. Gets enough, though, but Graham obviously uses power to overpower him. Graham tries to punch kick his way out of danger, and does for a little bit. Backslide attempted and other basic maneuvers, hard shots by Garea. Garea managing to get a headlock on Graham and kind of cinch him up, trying to take him across the top ropes and other basic things. Doesn't get everything he wants out of the process, and the match breaks down into a bit of a brawl. Luke Graham and Tony Garea end up brawling on the outside of the ring, and as mentioned in the match open, there does seem to be a or finite finish-ish towards the idea, the concept of the match going to a double countout non-finish, which again, I guess is good enough. You can take that around the horn if you wanted to and get some more mileage out of that. Peter Maivia with Fred Blassie defeating Steve Copper 3:45 after dropping him throat first on the top rope. McMahon interviews Blassie and Maivia ringside. Blassie saying Maivia had been used by Bob Backlund and Skolin, which is why Maivia turned on Backlund. McMahon actually is a little saucy in the promo, trying to fight that intimation that he had Backlund had used him, but that is there. The enhancement talent is a relative newcomer. Blassie managing him, kind of, I assume, getting him ready for Backlund in 79 or something like that. Anyway, punch kick, lots of basic stuff. Maivia using the knee across the throat, some chops, chopping him wide open, and basic things there, and getting as much as he can out of that process here. Hard shots and doing a good bit of damage. Blassie trying to bring on the continued chaos and pain punch kick, and obviously Maivia gets the win in about 3.5 minutes and beats the man up post-match as well. Basically, the intimation is that Backlund held Maivia back all that time. Obviously, that can't be, because Backlund, A, hadn't been champion for an abundance of time to be able to hold the man back terribly long, and B, Backlund trying to get the tag team championship with both men should lead, I would assume, to the idea that he didn't have negative connotations or intentions. Anyway, we move forward into the next match. Ivan Koloff with Captain Lou Albano defeating Fireball Robinson via submission 4:36 with a modified figure 4. Odd to see Koloff get a submission victory. Not odd to see Koloff back in a position of authority here, but odd to see him get a modified submission victory. Punch kick by Koloff. Koloff doing everything he possibly can to get things under control. Does not get things where he wants to get them. Cuts him off, and a shot to the back of the neck, ultimately, and a drop of the knee across the midsection. Captain Lou Albano very happy with his former world champion being in control to the degree that he is. And then, of course, hits the jumping knee a couple of times and gets that modified figure four. Very one-sided squash, but who would expect anything less from a former world champion in this type of position? Then we go to the next in the series of matches. This ends up being Dino Bravo pinning BB Coleman 5:15 with an airplane spin. BB Coleman, yet another new enhancement talent around the area. Not that Bravo needs a whole bunch of wins. He's gotten many on TV over the last several weeks here on All Star Wrestling. Interesting that the Peacock Network and the original WWE Network never put up much championship wrestling. It's interesting to me, but anyway, snaps the man over after a bunch of ground-related stuff. Tries to get arm bars, arm locks, head scissors, and headlocks. Staying on the arm and staying on a body part. Bravo manages to be one of the more influential individuals at the time. Bravo comes up and underneath, manages to use his finesse and power to get an advantage that eventually leads to the airplane spin and the victory. Also, there's a drop kick under the chin there as well. We move towards the final match of the day. This being a tag team match. The Yucatan Lumberjacks are here, and they are still your tag team champions with Captain Lou Albano, S.D. Jones, and Larry Zbyszko. 5:14 when Pierre pins Jones after Jones missed an elbow smash in the corner, and Pierre moves out of the way. A move out of the way misdirection spot is, in fact, in 1978, enough to be a finish. So much wish that was the case here. Zbyszko stands toe-to-toe for quite a while with the other benefit of Pierre. And again, I mean, ultimately, kind of trying to cinch that up. Zbyszko trying to get as much of an advantage as he can. Jones, who is a perennial star in the area at the time, has been since about the mid-70s, 74, 75, something like that over the last few years. Gets stomped into the knee, among other things, by the Lumberjacks. And again, Irish whip by S.D. Jones does not get him where he wants to be. Does get him in a pretty okay situation, though, and rolls the man up along the way. Double shot along the way here, and an Irish whip. S.D. Jones manages to take the man into the buckle and manages to do everything he possibly can along that pathway. The champions get the victory, and we will move on to the next in the series. We'll be back with more right after this.